Hi guys, we have a problem with this vehicle, Skoda Fabia 1.4 TDI. This battery doesn't charge at initial startup, so you can see now it's at around 12 volts and it doesn't charge at all if you leave it like this. However, as soon as you raise the revs about 2000 and you let it go, it starts charging. You can see down here in the corner, it starts charging to 14 volts. It's not temperature related, it's related to nothing. It just, as soon as you put it off and turn it back on, the same thing happens. If I turn it off now and I turn it back on, it's going to stop charging again. And then you accelerate it again, as I said, and it starts charging. So let's go under the hood and see what the heck's going on. Okay guys, so we're under the hood with the multimeter negative to battery negative, and we plug this connector out on top of the alternator from here. So apparently on this connector you have two wires. According to this diagram, the one close to the flat slide is the DFM signal wire, which comes from the ECU, and the one on the left of that towards the curved side is the battery light wire. So with the engine off and key on, we should have 12 volts at both of those. So let's find out. The first one is the DFM signal wire. It's 11.63. That is alright because you have some voltage drop through the ECU and down here. And towards the other one, which is the battery light wire, we should have 12 volts as well. So let's have that here, and we have nothing. So do we have a break in the wire? So could this battery wire cause the alternator not to charge at idle? Well, let's find out. So what I did is you plug this connector back in. I back probed that connector. Let's get this multimeter out of the way, guys. So I've back probed the same battery line wire, and what I'll try to do is I'll try to make the battery circuit with my test light. So I'll go from battery positive with the test light, and I'll jump it straight here, straight to this cable which goes into the battery wire. So that will act like my battery light. So my battery light basically goes from battery positive, goes through a fuse box, and then goes in the instrument cluster. So if I jump this here, we're making a battery light on ourselves, and let's see if this charges the battery when I touch that thing. Okay guys, so we have the multimeter connected to the battery, and a test light is glowing. It's connected to that battery light pin as I showed you before. So now in theory, when you start the car, this test light should go off and the battery should start charging. Let's find out. Yeah, start it. There you go, guys. Engine turned back off, the lights are back on with the ignition on. Okay, so what do we have? We have a break in that wire from there to the instrument cluster, or a break in the wire from the battery to the instrument cluster. However, I think there's only one fuse for the entire instrument cluster lights, and the other lights do work on the instrument cluster except for the battery light. So for now we'll assume that the fuse is fine, and we'll start chasing the wire from here into the instrument cluster. I'll let you know what we find. Okay guys, so we found the problem. There you go, the blue wire is cut. So let's repair that, and let's hope that's the only problem we have. Okay guys, here you go, ignition on, and now we have a battery light. Voltage 12 volts. Let's start it up, and there you go, it's climbing instantly to 14 volts. And battery light gone.